Hey guys, so we have a producer's letter for Dokkan. This is a big one. This is obviously meant to be the sort of final information on the sync of the global version and JP versions, as I like to call it, the unification of operation schedules. They could have very easily done this as a typical social media post, but because this is a pretty special producer's letter, they decided to do it as a video, which I think makes a lot of sense. And this is something they started doing with the anniversary announcement. I think like they did the Dokkan Now for part 1 of the anniversary. They're actually speaking in English in this, and I, as somebody who knows how tough it is for Japanese people to speak English, especially on camera like this, I have to give props for them to try this out. So good on Omatsu for trying this. He's got Ken with him as well, who obviously is much more proficient than him in English, but definitely 2 thumbs up to them for at least attempting. Let me see if I can turn these subtitles on. Yeah, that's good. All right, so just to go through some of the information that they talked about here, there really isn't much else to really talk about with the sync. The only thing that was left to mention were just information related to the characters that are on JP that are not on global. So there's 4 characters that are on JP that are not on global. It's TEQ LR Ultra Instinct Goku, who transforms into Master Ultra Instinct Goku, the Tanabata Dokkan Fest LR, and then the Carnival LR to go with him was the AGL Jiren, who transforms into full power Jiren courtesy of his standby skill. Then we also have the Gold Coin LR Cell Max. And then we have the Dokkan Fest TEQ, who just came out on JP, the STR Master Roshi. So it's those 4 major releases that are not going to be on global, or I guess are not on global right now. So this, I think, was their way of addressing when those characters would come out, and because they know that people are going to be mostly looking towards them. So even at the bottom it says all the characters that haven't released, all the characters that haven't arrived yet will be implemented within this year. So those 4 characters that I just talked about will be on global by the end of this year. So we should be going into 2025 with all of the same characters on both versions. Let's just take a quick recap here. Content to be unified with the Japanese version. We have new characters, campaigns, and events, Extreme Z Awakenings and Super Extreme Z Awakenings. So basically 98% of the content will be same time and unified and have the exact same content, and everything will be the same. There is one interesting thing that I did want to talk about here, which is in relation to content not to be unified with the Japanese version. These are more so just semantics. I don't really think there's anything too major here. Character rarity, type, and link skills that are different from the Japanese version. So of course we have like the pre-Super Easy A form of Dokkan Fest physical base Goku Black is different. We have the I think it's the Super Kaioken Goku and Pikkon from the Otherworld tournament are like completely different on the global version as they are in JP, because they were technically, those were like the first real global first characters, right? Because they came out on global, I think it was part of the 2nd anniversary. Around there is when those characters released. Well, I think no, Broly was actually before them, but I think Broly actually was like the first global first character, I think. But they were global first characters, those 2 characters, the Super Kaioken Goku and the Pikkon. They're actually different typings on global than they are in JP. I believe there's different links. I think the global versions have Fierce Battle, whereas the JP versions have Shattering the Limit. And I think the passes are also different. So they're almost just like completely different characters. So those are going to be remaining different, which again, it only pertains to like a very, very few characters. Titles and designs of missions and events that are different from the Japanese version. I don't really think that's going to be anything too major. They even go out of their way to mention that there will be no differences between the rewards. So the rewards will be the same between both versions, even though the content of the missions might differ. Don't really think that's anything too major. And then merchandise, including discounted Dragon Stones and packs. So merchandise, to me, that more so sounds like on the JP side, they do tend to do the like tickets for a chance to win like Ichiban Kuji figures. They do sometimes. That is clearly not something that is going to be coming to the global version. So certain events like that are not going to be on global. Again, not really do anything crazy. The thing that I wanted to quickly talk about when it came to this is the discounted stones packs. And then also, if we go turn the subtitles back on, let me see if I could find when they start talking about this. Let me actually put this on mute here. First, due to various circumstances, there may be cases where part of the campaign missions and daily missions are different between the Japanese and international versions. Yeah, this is just sort of semantics, not really anything too crazy. The title's content, but yeah, this is not what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about the summons. Start and or end dates of events and or summons may differ between the Japanese and international versions. And then if we keep going, doing our best. Yeah, this is good. The fact that this is their philosophy, I think, is a good thing. We're doing our best to avoid an excessive difference as much as possible between the versions. That is very good. Getting the versions as close to each other as possible is what we should strive for. Regarding Dragonstone discounts and packs, since regulations vary between countries, they will not be unified. So, yeah, and the content sold between the two versions will be different as well. So I imagine this is in reference to like the Pilaf's Trove / special packs that are sold for like each banner. So on global, for basically every single major release, whether it's a legendary summon or a Dokkan Fest or any of those major banners, the game typically releases these special packs, which JP does not get. And I imagine that has to do with just catering more towards the global audience. And also, like they said, there's differences in regulations for the JP market versus the international market. And it sounds like those are going to be things that continue moving forward. So there's probably going to be continued Pilaf's Trove packs that have, you know, like box space in them and different skill orbs and link level skill orbs, stuff like that. So I imagine those things will continue even after the sync is out. Let's see what else they say here. Next about the summon. Yeah, here's the thing I mainly wanted to highlight here. Next about the summon system. Until now, since the characters were showing up after their appearance in the Japanese version, we have been using a summon system with slightly different features from the Japanese version. To me, this sounds like what we have right now during the anniversary part 2, which are the tickets associated with the banners. JP has 3+1. They've had that forever. That's been a thing on both versions since the first anniversary. It sounds like global. Well, it sounds like this is what they're referring to. They're referring to the global tickets. And also, I guess if you want to even extend past that, it also was referring to the part 1 format, which was the guaranteed featured character step-up format, which JP didn't have. That was the first time global ever had that. So I think that's the main difference they're referring to when it comes to the differences. And also, you can even talk about the discounts on every banner too. Like JP does not have the stone discounts. Typically when global gets like even just like a normal typical Dokkan Fest banner like every month, global will get like a round or two of discounted stone summons on those banners, which JP does not get. So those are the slight differences between the JP and global banner formats I think they're referring to here. In order to make our users enjoy an international version exclusive experience. Yeah, so that's, I guess, the mindset behind why they decided to do this for global is sort of just like, we understand you guys are behind, like let's give you something extra for that. Due to characters appearing at the same time after the unification of operation schedules, here we go, both versions will get a unified new summon system. To me, this probably is the most important thing they talked about the entire producer's letter. We don't know the details of what this is going to be yet, but they've confirmed both versions will be getting a unified new summon system. Okay? That is very important. We're currently in the final phase of making adjustments to the summon system, and then they said we're just going to give you info later or whatever, right? So please stay tuned for future announcements. Okay, so yeah, they don't actually tell us what the differences are going to be. We'll release further info about the unification through in-game announcements at a later date. Sure. Okay, so basically what they said is there's going to be a new summon system for both the JP and the global versions. So I imagine moving forward, there is a chance that global no longer has the discounted summons on the Dokkan Fest banners, no longer has the tickets on the like major celebration banners, But instead of those things, we're going to be getting a new system to replace those perks with something that will be also shared with the Japanese version. So both versions will have the same exact treatment, which I think is fine. I could definitely see some people being very upset about this. It's going to ultimately depend on what the new system is. I would hope that most people don't go into panic mode just yet because we don't know what the new system is going to be. For all we know, the new system could be better than what we have right now in Global. It's just important to remember that whatever the new system is going to be for both versions. So we'll see. I imagine we're probably not going to see whatever the system is until the first Dokkan Fest after Worldwide, because that will be where Global would have normally gotten discounts. So I don't know, let's just say the first Dokkan Fest after Worldwide is, I don't know, a Perfect Cell. Perfect Cell is the first TUR Dokkan Fest that comes out after Worldwide. Global would typically get discounts. Pilaf's Trove, I think Pilaf's Trove's still going to be there, but in terms of the actual format of the banner itself, Global would get typically like a round of discounts on the stone version of the banner. It sounds like that's no longer going to be the case, and those discounts are going to be replaced with something else, which we don't know yet. So at that point, I think we'll be able to judge what the new format is going to be, and they'll probably make an announcement about it. They'll probably tell us what the details are going to be, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that when it comes out. So those are sort of the final information that they gave us based on what the actual sync is going to be and the character release schedules. The last thing I want to talk about is the fact that a certain character is coming, and it is LR TEQ UI Goku. So we actually don't know when this guy's coming. He says it's gonna come out. Let me see if I can find the exact phrasing for this. I think it was where I was just at. This means that unlike the usual anniversary campaigns, another campaign will be held at the same time as the 9th anniversary campaign. So it sounds like they're pushing Tanabata. This might be a little bit crazy because it sounds like they're pushing Tanabata basically to be in between anniversary and Worldwide. And the thing that's crazy about that is we know that Topo was leaked to come out also in between anniversary and Worldwide. So we're about to get, like, we just had the anniversary. We just had Gogeta and Broly Part 1. We just had, I literally did my summon stream yesterday. We just had Beast and the Gammas Part 2. Now we're about to get LR TEQ UI Goku. I imagine Jiren is going to come out after him. And we're going to have Topo. And then we're going to jump into Worldwide. This is going to be insane. So yeah, the character is TEQ UI Goku. They don't specifically say when he's going to come out. I would not be surprised if this guy drops tomorrow. I think we'll probably end up, I mean, for all I know, let me check my phone here, because like his Dokkan event announcement could be potentially in the news right now. Let me just double check. I don't think it's going to be in here. I mean, by the time the video goes live, I guess it's possible it is in the news already. But they're announcing this guy to come out right now. I think Topo is coming out on like the 10th. Topo's coming out on like August 10th, because that's when the anniversary goes to, basically. It's like the 10th-ish. I think that's when Topo's going to come out. So Jiren is also going to come out. I imagine Jiren will probably drop before Worldwide, because he's sort of meant to drop as the counterpart to this UI Goku, as the Carnival LR. We'll see. LR TEQ UI Goku is coming to Global, and he is coming, again, Omatsu specifically says, early August. We will now reveal the character coming in early August, and he says, let me see. Unification operation schedules. I just had it on the screen. Yeah, unlike the usual anniversary campaign. So another campaign will be held at the same time as the 9th anniversary campaign. Just so I can confirm this, if I open up the anniversary schedule here, the anniversary missions and login bonus go until the 13th. So the 13th is basically the official end of the anniversary. So, I mean, sounds like, again, I actually would not be surprised if UI Goku released tomorrow. Like, actually tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So he's coming, like, now, which is insane. I mean, this guy's going to have some crazy banner formats and tickets and stuff. Like, we'll see. But yeah, TEQ UI Goku is coming, which means that the only characters that are not going to be on Global that are on JP are Jiren, Cell Max, and Roshi. I think Jiren has a possibility that'll come out before Worldwide. We'll see. Cell Max, I have no idea because he's just a gold coin LR, and then Roshi literally just dropped on JP like 2 days ago. So we'll see what happens with that. But those are pretty much the main points that were discussed in this producer's letter. I don't think they have anywhere on the screen that says like when UI Goku's coming out. Yeah, like when Legends does stuff like this, they always put on the bottom of the screen like when the summon is. I don't think Dokkan does that, so we don't know for sure exactly when this Goku's coming out. It's possible that when this video goes live, his Dokkan event teaser is already in the news, which again, he said early August. Guess what it is right now? Early August. This guy's coming out like tomorrow or the day after. So I hope you guys have some stones left over. This guy is ridiculous, by the way. If you guys don't know what he does, he's really, really good. Good thing they have all the kits and stuff here. So yeah, this guy is crazy. I imagine we probably will also be getting the events that released during the Tanabata celebration, because we're getting the EZAs. We're getting Universe 7, we're getting Frieza 17, we're getting the TEQ Jiren, we're getting all the major EZAs that came out during the Tanabata celebration, we're getting LRUI Goku. I imagine they're going to drop the Supreme Magnificent Battle stages that also came out for the Tanabata celebration. So the only thing that's really left to come out would be Jiren. So I think Jiren probably will come out before Worldwide, but that is pretty much everything there is to talk about the producer's letter. A lot of information, a lot of good stuff here. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.